Listen, this woman here, okay. Hello, and welcome to Life Hacks with Liv. Thank you for tuning in. Today, I have a phenomenal guest, and we are talking about getting to the point of infinite abundance in your mindset, with your business, and your life. I'm so excited for this. Thanks for, this is going to be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
My guest today, she's an international traveler. I love to travel, so I'm already I have so much respect for people that just go all over the place, right? So, international traveler, single mother. Yes, she is doing this, and a serial entrepreneur. I mean, I feel honored to be in her presence. So please definitely enjoy. She assists her clients with mind, body, soul, and financial achievement through her spiritual readings, addressing energetic blocks and digital marketing. So without further ado, please welcome my guest, Satori.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I really am. So happy to be talking with you and, just to connect with you and to just bring light to how we can connect mind, body, soul, and financial achievement together, how it all interconnects.
Yes. And it's interesting because we do similar things. And I want to know more about, what you do. What are some of the things that you're currently witnessing? Because, we are going through a spiritual warfare right now with just looking at our world. And I'll get into this a little bit. I know a lot of people don't pay attention to astrology, but how the planets and people are feeling, it all lines up, right? And then
Yeah.
as a Christian, I read the scriptures too. And I want to know if you're seeing these blocks that you help your clients with, if you're seeing, what are the ones that you're seeing currently right now?
A lot of blocks I'm seeing, and the major thing is insecurity, and it's just fear. There's so many different aspects of fear that are manifesting right now. What's going on, with the media per se, is they're using fear and trying to connect with each person's individual fear, and that's what I'm really seeing. So it's so many aspects of fear. Insecurity. Our whole world is changing around us, and what are you going to do about it? It's like that big question mark. Are you going to continue going on with whatever is thrown at you, whatever is presented in a system, or are you willing to start building yourself and go into the world of the unknown and trust? And the main thing is, I see people starting to understand that it requires trust in the Most High. And whatever religion you are, the highest, the
Exactly.
source of all
For
creation.
spiritual
Yeah.
people, it's the universe. For, you have to, if you are a spiritual person, you got to lean into that right now more than anything.
Oh yeah,
And
for sure.
but I appreciate you sharing that, because the insecurity and the fear, a lot of the things that I'm noticing right now, because we're going through the Mercury retrograde, is I am noticing people actually past things being brought back up for them, and dealing with the childhood traumas. And it doesn't even have to be a childhood trauma, but they're dealing with a lot of loss as well. And there's increased tension. And I can just tell by the interactions that I'm having with people lately online and just in person. It's very, very tense energy.
Oh, yeah.
And that is one of the biggest things that I've noticed, especially with just blocks, because that stuff, it limits you so much, and you almost feel like you can't. So how do you shift your mindset when you're feeling like your clients are feeling, and what are some of the suggestions?
Well, even with me, it's funny that you say this because I always go by my experience, even more so than anything. And I've been feeling this intense energy lately. And some things have come up even in myself that I didn't even know was still there. It was deep seated insecurity. And I'm like, what? How can I get like this again? Why is this happening? Like, and I'm starting to see that, all of us are on this road, this journey. Um, no matter what religion you're claiming, but we all have different levels of clearing, cleansing, and cleaning ourselves. And this is what I call
Amen. Hmm.
shadow work. Oh yeah. This is what I call shadow work because something deep within me, I'm like, that is actually still there. This is being triggered. And me understanding the mind and how it works, I know that it's something in me. It's nothing outside of me. Everything is manifesting through my mind or inside of me. I get triggered by so-called outside sources like people, places, because it's something inside of me that is not conducive. So the mind, it's so important right now to understand that the body, in order to transmute energies, after it's already come through the mind, after it has attached and we absorb it in some type of openness that we have, you know, it's not just the mind that gets it out. Once we can feel it, once we can physically feel it and we're in our feelings, it's about transmuting through the body. Okay. So that's
Hmm.
why I say mind, body, and soul and financial achievement and advancement, because we have to know what to do, how to move our body when we feel tense. Some people do Tai Chi, some people do Qigong or yoga. We have to move our bodies around and consciously, then we bring the mind in and say, I'm consciously releasing this while you're physically moving. This has worked for me and it's worked for, other people, my clients as well, that you move with the intention of moving it out of you. So you have to use the mind and the body at the same time so we can heal ourselves. We heal the soul, that way. And then we prepare ourselves for our infinite abundance. And that's when it starts to materialize financially in this 3D world. That's when we see more abundance and the prosperity coming, when we're taking care of what's inside of us and allowing the mind and the body to work together. We have to consciously, with our intent, like will it away or will it to be healed or surrender more so. We have to accept, and then we also need to surrender to what beats our heart, to what is best for us, even if it's against what we want, because what our wants can be tainted. Our mind is structural, so it can be infiltrated. So we have to be careful about that. We, you know, tend to want to make decisions through our mind, but it's our body that really tell us what's really going on. So it should stay, should it leave? So just coming together with the intentions, the affirmations, and then just, you know, using the body to, I release and just move it, push it out. It's a beautiful experience. I just did this in the ocean like yesterday, like
I'm
the
so
other
jealous.
day.
I'm sitting here in the Midwest, like, I could definitely be by somebody's beach.
Oh yeah. It,
But
it feels so good. And then the salt water is so cleansing. It's just so healing. Here it's not a lot of bathtubs in Central America. Like you really have to kind of look to really get a nice bathtub. So it's like a beautiful thing to be able to get in the river, to be able to get in the ocean and just engulf yourself in the moisture. Especially if, like with me, in my natal chart, I don't have any water, so I'm all fire and a little bit of air, and then I'm earth. But when I'm around the ocean and when I'm in water, it just does something to me. It really completes everything. And just doing different elemental meditations, at the beach, at the river, it's really helped me a lot. any type of body of water, um, and even your spiritual baths, at home. You don't have to be around an ocean or a river,
Mm-hmm.
but it really helps your essential oils, just connecting with natural products, just natural things in your life and embracing that. And just, it's not easy sometimes, sometimes we want what's not best for us, but there's lessons in everything. And we just really have to stay focused on trust. If now more than ever, we just have to have faith. We have to have trust, in the Almighty, in the source of all creation, and God, whatever name you would like to call, the source of all. But just going past anything else, being able to go past anything else and saying, I connect with that energy. I connect with the highest. And how I also put it for people that are not religious, I would say, the highest outcome, because the most high is the highest outcome. And this is the macro and the micro of it all. So you have to connect and align with that. And if your body, if your soul, if your spirit truly wants that in your heart, then things are going to be leaving your life. They're going to be coming in. You may not understand it, but if you align with that and you stick to that and you trust in that, everything is beautiful. And you feel protected, and you can see and you know that you're protected. And that's what we need now more than ever, is protection, not running from ourselves. After all this with COVID, a lot of people have to face themselves. And and a lot of people didn't like what they saw, so it's interesting, but we're pushed to do this now. And are we going to run back? Are we going to run into the shell of society that wasn't serving us? Or are we going to trust the Most High no matter what, and not have fear to the end of it all? That's what it really comes down to, I feel. And finances, everything that we're doing is spiritual. So in our finances, everything, we have financial blocks because we have a block within ourselves, of
Mm-hmm.
infinite abundance. The energy that beats our hearts, there's infinite flow of currency. It's infinity. We live here, we live in this, and we're in different dimensional spaces in it. And if we connect to that infinite flow and not try to hoard things, understanding losing and gaining, like, work together. And we may have to lose something that we think we want, but it's the best thing that we may be losing it. And if we hold on to it, we're blocking the flow. So then we're blocking our 3D abundance, which is money, which is currency here, So it's all just flows together, and it just starts with the mind, because that's the point of manifestation. But we have to understand, we can't say the body isn't, we don't do anything with the body. After it comes, we have to, be in alignment with what we need to do to transmute it physically. We can't forget the body. We can't forget the mind. We can't, be extra in space and spiritual and not want to be here, or we don't want to be so fleshly that we just forget the origin of how we came here. We have to really find harmony with it, because we're here, and I've seen the extremities with my clients and different people I've met throughout the world, where some people are just extra, want to, just be on a mountain and not want to deal with life. And then I've seen people be so fleshly that they have no clue about spiritual protection and anything like that. So we really have to understand that it's a merger that we're looking to do within self, and in turn that's going to help the outside world. But
You,
it's on a mass scale.
so the way that I interpret everything that you just said, um, is as a Christian, I look at this as like aligning myself with the word of God, the person that he created me to be, and getting in line with his teachings. And like you said, you were letting go of the ego, letting go of all of those other parts that are not necessary, all those barriers that you put up against yourself because someone told you something when you were at a young age, like the limitations and all of those other things that get placed on us. And we do, and that is part of the mass healing that I believe is absolutely needed. So I absolutely agree with what you said. I know that some of the people watching this will probably are listening to it will not like get it the same way, but because you know what, moving your body and getting in water, I do those same things. And honestly, it's like having that morning routine, that little reset is
Oh
so
yeah.
important. And people don't realize, like, in your morning routine, you need to move your body, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you need to feel your mind and your soul because it's all connected. And we are, if COVID showed us anything, we're all so connected in this planet.
We really are. No matter how much we, don't want to accept it, or the ego wants to separate us, society wants to separate us, we are so connected. We really, really are. And when it comes really down to it, we genuinely are. We all are here in this tangible world, no matter if we want to or not, or want to accept what it really means, or whatever perspective you have. At the end of it all, we are here, and we are all looking to live happily, peacefully on this earth with our family, protecting our family, and providing for our family, and nurturing and caring for our families, you know?
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. Like, you're so calming. I love it. So what type of spiritual readings do you do?
I do aura type readings. So I actually use the human design system, which is a mixture of the Chinese I Ching, the Hindu chakra system, and Eastern Western astrology. It's like a mixture of all of those systems. And what it shows you is your inner authority. So, how you best make decisions, your actual aura type. So, how are you interacting with other people, places, and things, your electromagnetic field, and
Mm-hmm.
how it affects people. There's 4 types. It's actually technically 5. It's like a hybrid type, but all the types are manifestors, generators, manifesting generators, which are the hybrid. Then you have the projectors and reflectors. Now, some
I'm a
of these,
projector.
oh, you're a projector.
I don't really know what that means, but I don't think it's like, it's not unique enough for me. I don't know.
No, it's unique. It's really unique. Because projectors actually have it's like the invitation. It's like when you're invited in, that's when you just unlock all your success, and you are so gifted and you're so talented, and that's when it's most appreciated, is when it's invited in some type, energetically, verbally, some type of way, so you don't feel like you're overstepping boundaries or anything like that. That's when you shine even the most. You naturally shine because you have so much. You're a guide. You're not a worker or anything, or builder like the generators, but you're a guide, and you're here to assist people. You're here for the other, and you have so much to give, but that frustration, or that, sometimes bitterness or energy can come when you're not feeling appreciated for what you're awesome at. And it's because
Girl,
of
my husband all the time. I'm just kidding. I love him. I love him very much, but I swear if I stopped doing laundry, it wouldn't get done.
right. Oh yeah, I mean, projectors are special. Like, you're really special and considered a non-energy being, which you need a lot of rest, to recharge. But yeah, projectors are awesome. I love projectors.
Oh, that is so cool. It sounds so nice. I really like that. What are you? I want to know now.
I'm a manifester, so
Oh, awesome. Y'all
it's
are
it's
so cool. That's what I wanted to be.
it's so crazy. And you know what the thing is? People think they want to be manifestors because it seems so cool. But it is, but I'm telling you, it's like that lone wolf thing. It's like having all this intense, bold energy to where you literally are pushing. You're like, my aura as a manifestor pushes other people's auras back. So it's like an impact, it's a repel. So it's different. Like, yours is like absorbing and
Yeah.
focusing, but mine is like pushing. So when I'm coming through, like, who's that? And there, and it can be intimidation, it can be assumptions of, what I'm not, or the devil wears Prada type energy, like, oh gosh, she's here, and it can be interesting. But
Wow.
manifestors are like 8% of the population, about 8-9% of the population of people. Projectors are about 20-21% of the population.
Well, I just want to come to Costa Rica and go somewhere with you because we can guide people in and then take them out to the right way. That would just be so much fun.
Oh yeah. Manifestors and projectors, they actually work pretty well together because manifestors are like the spark. They're like facilitators. They stick and move, they push into action. And like the projectors are what amplify what like the creation of the manifestor. And you become successful in that because it's like when I initiate with you and you may respond, to the invitation, is like, okay, like you could take something I do to like the next level. That's like the beauty of that, the
I'm
archetypes.
I'm gonna totally, if anybody that's watching or listening wants to like have the link to this, we'll put the link to take one of these tests so you'll find out what you are if you're interested in that at all. Um,
Oh yeah, it's so interesting. It's so accurate, and it blew me away. And I've been implementing a lot, ever since I knew my graph, and it's really changed the game, like really. And me just knowing I'm a manifester and what all I can do. If we just know our unique ways of manifesting, we can work with our aura, and not work against it, not work against ourselves, and be aware of how we best make decisions, because everything is a choice, everything is a decision. So it's pretty
to
cool.
to just Christianify that really, really quick, when she says aura, she means the God-given gifts and talents that you have.
Hmm. That's
Because listen, I
exactly
know
what
some
I
people,
mean.
I understand what you're saying, but I know some of these, some of y'all are like, what is she talking about? No, stop it. But, but no, that's what she means. No, that is so cool. That is, I'm so pumped for this. That is awesome. Like, I just feel all like, can you feel people through like the
Yeah.
internet? Because it's not like really the internet, but it's like there's still vibrations going in that direction. I never understood that, but
Oh yeah, I can feel people. I can, even when we're talking about the word, in the beginning it was the word, and like literally words can tell us so much, and it can tell us what energies are operating in people at the time that they're connecting and communicating with you. And I'm like, yeah, that's your mind, that's your heart, that's your mind talking. I can feel dissonance. I can hear the different aspects of people talking to me, which is, it can be mind blowing to me. But I also can feel people's energy,
mhm.
and I can kind of guess sometimes if technically, in human design, like the projector, the manifester, the generators, how much energy they have, how they're great builders, workers, and they put things together. So I can pretty much gauge, um, that as well. But just naturally, just I can feel people's energy, and I can feel when their mind is defined, when they don't have an open mind, when I'm just feeling all this mental projection to my mind. And I'm like, and I might even get a headache, because if your head is open, you actually, that's a pressure center, or you can feel it physically, and it manifests. So it's like, oh yeah, your mind's defined. I know. So
So
I
you're
can feel
also
a
an
lot.
empath, right?
Yeah, I feel a lot. I'm an emotional manifester. So my emotional center is defined, meaning I have consistent energy flowing through. So I can mainly assist people feeling me emotionally through my voice, because my throat chakra is connected to my emotional center. So it comes out through my voice. And when your throat is connected to a motor, that makes you a manifester, because everything is coming from the head, from the root. Everything is coming to the throat for manifestation. And what the beautiful part about generators is they actually bring it to life. Like I can I can inspire, and I can, I will put the vibration out through my voice, but it takes the actual builders to bring it to life. And then the projectors manage, and they make sure that everyone's taken care of and feels good through that process. And you usually are the ones shining and get the credit for it, literally, you know. It's so cool how
Listen,
everything
your
works.
girl know how to network, okay? I'm just saying, I can put people together. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, that's hilarious. I love that. This is so cool. Um,
Yeah.
so I like to ask, what is your why?
Mm. Mm. I love this question. um, my why, um, all this fire, all this determination that I have, to just keep going. And I guess I have an astronomical end goal, you know, and it's made me love the process of it all. But I would love to just create space, just provide space for something new, something self-sustainable, something that we long have been away from. And it's interesting that all of this is happening now in the world. Um, just providing the space for us to actually be a community again, and maybe multiple ones, but just in a way of us getting in touch with ourselves, so we know what we can, what cosmic energy that we can give our own currency. Can you sew clothes? Are you a therapist, or do you know how to create um, something, or fish, or like, I want everyone, this is the main goal that I have with anyone around me, is I can push them and inspire and impact them enough to be who they ultimately are, so that we can just have our power up, you know and just bring forth a beautiful environment together, that we can actually have a level of freedom and love and support again, something that the system that we have been in has taken away because of mass capitalism, or whatever the structure of it hasn't been conducive for actual real community. I mean, I'm in Costa Rica now, and I lived in Honduras, and I've been to Mexico and even London. But here in Central America, I see it's so much more family oriented. The indigenous people here, how they interact, how the fathers are with their children, and how um, the father's family kind of takes in the girlfriend or the wife in the way of support with everything that. And I just feel that we don't have that. And my main goal is for everyone to be supported, that is in my vicinity or in my tribe. Now I have to put myself first for that, so that I can, you know, you know, facilitate. But I have a natural energy to facilitate, to bring forth, to spark, to ignite an idea, inspiration, original thought, pure thought, and to bring it to life. I have a lot of different ideas, a lot of different things I've created. I can't sustain it all. I don't have all that sacral energy like generators. So us coming together and doing it, and we all understand who we are, because that's where this starts. We have to understand who we are. We have to love who we are, and then we have to tangibly bring something to life that we can all enjoy together. So that's the ultimate goal. I know it might
Where
sound
do
like
you want to
world
have that at?
um that's what I'm still working on. I'm still thinking about where exactly
There's a
I would like that.
community in India that's kind of similar to that. Um, it was a man-made place, like for like by like hippies in like the 60s or 70s, but they feed the whole community and everything like that. It's super cool. Um, because it sounds like a similar type of concept. I'd love to come visit. I'm a capitalist, so So, I mean, mine are like a little different, but I love that and I respect that because, you know, that's your truth. And like, that's the type of world that you would like to see and the type of input that you would like to leave. And you're just giving to people. And I love that. I think that is
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenal. Um, Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, most welcome. I mean, it's something that I would love. I just feel called to to do what I can on my end in my way, um, to even spark that. You know, I'm like a behind the scenes type person, even though
Yeah.
um, I'm on social media or what have you. So I'm like the business, and this is when the business side of me comes because I just want to make sure everything is run correctly, like run in a way that everybody is satisfied, everybody's at peace, people that need to be successful are successful, and and everything is just coming together great. So um,
I
I
do
just I
believe,
just want to make sure everything is coming together in the right way, and I think that that's what makes me a facilitator. That's what makes me a CEO, a founder. That's
yeah.
just the energy, the spark there. So if I know that I'm that, then I know that that is my role. That
Hmm.
is my part that I can play is assisting in that way. You know what I mean? So I just feel like the right people and the right beings, together that accept each other for who they are, um, can be very productive together. And
I'm really happy that you
sky's
said
the
the
limit
right
what we can actually
beings.
do
I'm really
together.
happy that you said the right beings because I just do, I believe that there, especially because we're in the spiritual warfare, there are going to be a lot of people that are left behind because there's a lot of people
Mhm.
that are asleep that just won't do the proper work that it takes. So I do feel like things will be more in a different community way. And yeah, there's not, I'll tell you this, there are certain people that are just not emotionally mature enough to even talk to people that are different than them. And that's where we're at right now, you know? And so, I mean, I could see it with like the right type of people. Yeah, that would be great, you know? And I'm so happy that you said that because some of these people, man, like
Yeah.
seriously.
Oh yeah. For sure.
But
For
I
sure.
just want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing. And I will put your Facebook, your website, your Instagram, all the links in the comments below if you would like to get in contact with Satori. It was truly, I'm just so happy you blessed me with your presence. I feel such great energy off
Oh,
of you.
it was
And
a pleasure to be here. Really, really.